Okay, we ready? You must be ready, because I'm ready. Dan Olds here. We have the Illinois Institute of Technology, first-time competitor, right?
Yes. Yep.
So tell us something about the Illinois Institute of Technology.
So it's in Chicago.
Okay.
It's very small.
How small?
About 3,000 undergrad, I believe.
Oh, you mean in terms of students,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
not the buildings and the campus and all
The
of
campus
that.
is also very small.
It is?
Yes.
Like,
About 4 by 4 blocks.
okay. Okay, that's small. What?
I think
It was
I think it's probably a little bit exaggerating, but
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So there's actually it's a very historic campus. It's got
Old.
From some
I
of
mean,
the
when somebody says
some of the very
historic, doesn't that mean old and leaks and rats and stuff?
So no, so actually,
Okay, okay.
it's got some of the first modern architecture.
Okay.
From Ms. Vanderom. Can you say it again?
Spandero?
Ms. Vanderom. So so the first glass structures.
Okay.
Kind of glass buildings.
Okay.
With no brick, no stones. So it's all either
It's the guy
steel
who did
or glass.
the Louvre in Paris, the something Louvre. I'm not
right.
pronouncing that right. But he also did Mount IBM in Somers, building big, huge black glass pyramids without thinking about the cooling requirements. Oh wow! So,
All right, so I'll
speaking
get
of
back
system, what got you guys involved in this?
Well, I know our advisor has been coming to this conference for years now.
Since 2004.
So
Okay.
about 10 years. I came last year, and we actually tried to get a team together last year, but we didn't get a proposal together in time for the
The
deadline.
rigorous requirements, yes,
Yeah.
and the physicals, and the drug testing, everything that has to be done before you can get into a cluster competition.
Of course,
Sure.
course, yeah. And so we decided I came last year, and I saw a lot of the cluster stuff, and it looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just got some undergrads together and a high schooler.
You're a high schooler?
Yes.
Really? Wow. How'd you
Yeah.
get roped into this? Here, pass her the microphone. Without disturbing him because he's working on time-sensitive stuff. Okay.
I got into this because I've known Yon for a few years now. Because one of my best friends knew his family, and I was offered through that connection and through Yon an internship at IIT over the summer.
Okay.
So I did that. It was really great. It really got me into computing. And then so he contacted me asking, because he had a spot open, if I wanted to be on the team. And I said, yeah, it sounded like so much fun.
It is. You had a good time so far?
Yeah.
Clustering gets in your blood. It's a young person's game, though. Don't try and
Yeah,
take it for too long.
sleeplessness is
You've got to
definitely
turn
a
pro
problem.
at some point. But maintaining your amateur status, you can do this for years to come.
Woo!
Good stuff. So what are we running hardware-wise?
Okay.
Oh, you're going to
so
handle
right
this.
now
Okay.
we have, actually I have a thing, but so we have Intel Xeon processors. And
How many nodes?
We're gonna run 6. Is
6
what we
nodes?
did.
Okay.
Yeah. We originally had 8, but then one of them died, and then the other one, just because of
You're going to see some of that. Really, actual smoke. That's pretty cool. I like that. I kind of like that. I would have liked to have seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. We have K40s, but we're for like most of the apps we're not using them, but they're there. We have InfiniBand.
InfiniBand's nice.
Yeah.
I hear good things.
We have memory, isn't it?
You got some memory,
Yeah, 128 gigabytes.
which actually was a
RAM.
good detail to include. Yeah.
For one of the apps, I think
Without memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 128 gigabytes of RAM.
Per node.
Yeah, per node.
Per node. That's good. That's more memory than average per node.
Yeah,
which I think, yeah.
it's pretty decent.
64 is what I'm seeing so far.
Well, it's not very power intensive, so
Yeah. Why not?
it pays to,
Yeah. What am I forgetting?
You got some
I think it's
disk, but
good.
that's okay. We don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said Xeon.
Which core? 12 cores?
Yeah, okay, 18 cores.
16 cores. Okay.
18.
18 cores. So we're maxing out the cores. More
Yeah.
cores, more better, according to IIT. Okay. How do you feel about the applications?
Yeah.
I mean, LinPack is running.
Okay. LinPack is an important application for the
Yeah.
top 500. That's about it. But what about the other ones? Because the application waters get deep.
Yes. So we have. So I was working on AdZerk.
Mhm.
It's turned out to not be very power hungry, so we pretty much maxed out the number of nodes, and it's not even going to come close to the power limit with our max number of nodes. So
Are you thinking about running the applications sequentially, or are you going to split them up and run them at the same time?
Sequentially, we've been tuning all of our applications to run assuming they have the full power of the system. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
we'll see.
And you don't know what the
Works out.
data sets are yet, so you
Right.
don't know how long those runs could be.
Right.
We will
Right.
find out in about 35 minutes.
You will.
Yes.
That's what we've been told.
I would start thinking, except him because he's doing the big important
Yeah.
thing, but I would start considering what could happen if the data sets are so big that you can't run everything sequentially. There's a reason why this is 48 hours.
Right. Because they're very long. Yeah.
Yeah. So something to consider.
Yeah.
You need to have a backup plan for that.
Are you sure you're just the interviewer?
I've seen a few competitions and think about if you couldn't get everything done, what could you get the most done?
Right.
To max, it's like taking a test, right? You go through and do the easy questions first, then you go back and do the next harder ones, and you go back and do the hard ones, and maybe you're going to lose the points on those.
Okay.
But everything else. Sixth
member.
member?
Yes.
Excellent. Introduce yourself and say hi. And we're just talking about your application strategy.
Okay,
Yeah.
get it to run.
Good.
That's our
Okay,
number one strategy.
Number one.
Number one,
That is
get it to
job
run.
one.
Yeah.
But what if you can't run them all sequentially because the data sets are too big?
It's a good question.
It is a good question.
If we have all the data sets on our servers at the same time, so I guess we'd have to put one on at a time or two on at a time out of three, or three out of four.
Probably more than one,
Yeah.
I would think.
Three
I
out
don't
of
know.
four.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But it's something to consider because if you were designing a competition that's going to go 48 hours with 4 applications,
You gotta make it tough, right?
would they be small enough that somebody could just run them 1 through 4, one at a time? Or would you make the data set so big that they have to make choices and trade-offs and tuning and stuff like that decisions?
So
How would you do it?
So we're assuming that there will be multiple data sets for each application.
That could be too.
So
That could very well be.
we plan to run, before continuing past the first data set on any application, we plan to get a run-in of every application.
Okay.
So
That's not a bad
yeah.
plan.
So
Okay.
we at least want to get every application done.
and be able to turn in a
some-
result.
Yes, yes.
That's very important.
Yes.
First time team always turn something in.
And we're hoping that there is some data set that we can identify as, hopefully a quicker run than the rest,
Mhm.
and run that first to make sure that we have the correct output.
Good. Good.
To validate that it's even working.
And have you been evaluating how you're doing on the power and you know when you're over? And
Yes, we have been watching carefully.
We have it on right here.
Good job. Okay.
Right now.
Good job.
Yes.
Okay. Well, excellent. It sounds like you're in decent shape.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have some scripts
we hope
that
so.
lower the CPU usage or increase it.
Automatically? Or do you have
Some
to?
automatically, and sometimes we can do it manually if we need to.
We have the automatic ones. I don't believe they're on right now because they're
Automatic ones are too touchy.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, they're
So
bouncing.
they
up
kind
and
of
down.
overreact.
So instantaneous reaction.
Yeah.
2 nanosecond. Bang. Take it down. Take the whole thing down. And
Right.
then-
Right.
Yeah.
So if we decide to run things overnight, we will probably, and we're
Well,
not here.
we
You're gonna run stuff
we will
overnight.
run overnight, but
You will run overnight.
if we decide we don't want to be here overnight, then I guess,
We could turn on those scripts.
which
Okay.
I don't see happening, but
We'll see. That's
Right.
part of the fun. This is a marathon.
yeah.
Some of the other competitions are sort of a sprint. This is a marathon.
Right.
It's the granddaddy. This is a Rose Bowl of student clustering. It's the granddaddy of them all. But you seem like you're in pretty good shape for a new
Yeah.
team.
Yeah. So we're all here right now, but we plan to split up shifts overnight. So maybe 2 at a time, hopefully.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing you want to do is you want to scope out in the vendor booths,
Mm-hmm.
find out who's got the best couches in sort of a secluded location. You think I'm kidding?
Yeah.
You can't take them,
But
but you can. But you didn't hear that from me.
Some students have been sleeping.
we didn't hear that from Dan
Here.
Dan Olds.
Yeah, but there's no
We
couch.
didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you're that tired, it doesn't matter.
But if you're that tired and you have a couch option, just saying, just planting the seed. Just, so it's something to think about. It's not unprecedented. So you might want to scope that out too. Anyway, well, thank you very much for the time.
Thank you so
looks
much.
Like you're in good shape.
Yes.
And what's this on the side of your system? Just a little flare?
Why don't we let Lauren explain?
Explain how you've decorated the cluster.
So we have these LED lights. So these are strips, and they're individually controllable. So like each LED light gets put into kind of like a matrix of sorts. And
Yeah.
what happens is we have 2 LED controllers. They're fade candy boards.
Okay.
And so what they do is they take the message from like some type of like device, like a computer or a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
And you can program it to make a pattern like this.
So that's just a random pattern?
Right now,
That's not telling us
but-
anything about
yeah,
what's
but-
going on in
but,
the system?
But when the competition starts, we plan to use a power file that like records how much power we're using to try to show our power level.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so a
Yeah.
different color if you're high than if you're low,
Yeah,
or a different pattern.
yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
That's not bad. That's not
Yeah.
bad. Okay.
And it's really finicky though. Like the wires, like if I get the wires, like I don't even have to. It's not even plugging it in. It's just moving them around, and you can get these 2 to go on. But right now, I don't know why they're just not liking me.
You have plenty of time on the overnight shift to troubleshoot the LEDs.
Exactly. There
Yeah.
we go.
Yep. Excellent. Well, thank you again, and good luck.
Say one.
Yeah, sure. Sorry. There you go.
Yeah, so I just also wanted to say that this couldn't have been done without our sponsors. I think it would be
Oh, yeah,
not
of course.
fair to mention
Yeah.
all the, I mean, we've got probably $250,000 worth of equipment in here.
Sure.
So, so we had a lot of help from Argonne National Labs.
I hear they know a little something about computing.
Yeah, so William Scullin particularly,
Okay.
so he's and Ben Allen, so they've been working with us for the last month nonstop.
Okay.
So-
Who's your hardware sponsor?
And then Intel,
Okay.
Mellanox,
Good.
and
NVIDIA?
NVIDIA.
Excellent.
So
Didn't they give
no,
you the GPUs?
They did sponsor us.
Yeah.
So we got 8 GPUs.
What are you, Ingrate?
No, so
What an Ingrate.
so
Jeez.
so NVIDIA did sponsor us. They gave us 8 GPUs.
Yeah.
Like they give all the teams here. So any team that asked for GPUs, they gave.
And they're also pretty good with advice if you had any problems. If you
And
needed
and
anything.
then the additional 4 GPUs were from Argonne. So some of the GPUs were not from NVIDIA and they were bought with other funds. But
So you've got some Argonne tested,
so we have
Argonne
addition-
approved GPUs.
So we have more than 8 GPUs. We have 12 in total. We're using 10
Using 10. Okay.
in some of the benchmarks. So
Okay. Excellent.
But anyway, so just
Well,
wanted to say thanks to our
Yeah,
sponsors.
no, and absolutely.
I
Good
think
deal.
It couldn't have been done without,
Yeah.
team effort. I guess.
You're not going to pitch in any money for this, especially you, the Ingrate guy. You're not
Oh.
kicking in. Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
thank you again.
thank you.
And we'll be checking back with you. Thanks.
All right.